Dear student, welcome back again in our today's session. So, as you can see that today I am going to discuss about on the topic simple random sampling. In my previous lecture, I have already discussed about the concept of sampling and the methods of sampling. And in my present lecture, I am going to discuss about the simple random sampling. So without further ado, let's start our today's topic. If we talk about the simple random sampling, this type of method, it is a simple random sampling is a basic and a widely used sampling method in which each member of the population has an equal opportunity, equal chance to being selected. It is the fundamental techniques in a statistical sampling and is the basis for many other more complex sampling methods. So in simple terms, we can say that simple random sampling is a method of selecting a subset of the individuals from a larger population where every individual has an equal chance of being chosen. This technique ensures that the sample is a representative of the population as eliminates the biasness and allow for generalization. In simple random sampling, each individual is selected independently without considering any characteristics or a relationship with other individuals. For example, if you wanted to survey 100 students from a school with 1000 students, you would use a random process such as a lottery or a random number and to select the 100 students. This method guarantees that every student has a 10% chance of being selected, making it a fair and unbiased way to collect the data. By using the simple random method, researcher can confidently make the inference about the larger population based on the results from the sample. So this method is a very popular method. Researchers generally use this method for their study. Now, next we are going to discuss about the key characteristics of simple random sampling. Here, as you can see that few key characteristics are mentioned. So, as you can see that the first one is equal probability. Equal probability, that means each individual in the population has the same probability of being chosen. In simple terms, we can say that every individual in the population has an equal chance of being selected for the sample. It is like a lottery where every person has the same number or tickets. Now, the second one is unbiased. The process is free from bias since selection is random. So the selection process is fair and doesn't favor any particular group or individuals. It is like flipping a coin, head or tails. Everyone has the same chance. Now the third one is independent. If we talk about the independence, so we can say that the selection of an individual does not influence the selection of another. The selection of an individual doesn't affect the selection of another person. It is like draw the balls from a bag. Each ball is drawn separately without influencing the next drawn. So these characteristics ensure that simple random sampling procedures are representative sample. If we talk about the key characteristics of the simple random sampling, so by following these characteristics, simple random sampling provides a reliable and trustworthy methods for collecting data. Now, after discussing about the characteristics, next we are going to discuss about the steps to implement simple random sampling. So as you can see that here are the steps to implement the simple random sampling. So the first one is define the population. That means clearly specify the group of individuals or items from which you want to sample. That means identify the group of people or things you want to study. This could be a student in a school, customers of a business, or a residents of a city. Make sure you have a clear definition of who or what is included in your population. And the next is choose a sample size. Determine the number of individuals or items to be a sample. Decide how many individuals you want to include in your study, in your sample. This should be a smaller number than the total population. The sample size will depend on the resources you have available and the level of preciseness you need. Now, the next step will be the assign number. Give each individuals in the population a unique number. This could be a random number or a sequential number, and make sure each individual only has a one number. So in this step, you will assign a unique number to each member of the population. Now the next step will be the random selection. Use a random method to select the desired number of the individuals or items. That means use a random method to select the individuals of your sample. This could be a draw the numbers from a hat, using a number from a generator, and flipping a coin using a random app for the software. So these are the basic steps to implement the simple random sampling in your study. Now, next, here we are going to discuss about the methods of random selection. There are various methods of random selection. As you can see that we have mentioned the 5 methods. The first one is lottery random sampling method. The second one is card or ticket random sampling method. And the third one is regular marketing random sampling method. And the next one is irregular marketing random sampling method. And the last one is ticket random sampling methods. I again repeat, the first one is lottery random sampling method. Second one is card or ticket random sampling method. The next one is regular marketing random sampling method. And the next one is irregular marking random sampling method. And the last one is ticket random sampling method. Now, next we are going to discuss these methods in detail. So let's understand the first method. Our first method was the lottery random sampling method. If we talk about the lottery random sampling method, this is a very common method. We generally use this method. In the lottery random sampling method, each member of the population is assigned a unique identifier, and a lottery system is used to select the sample. This method ensures that each member has an equal chance or equal opportunities to being chosen. Examples: suppose that a class of 30 students, you want to select only 5 students randomly. So you can use these techniques like write each student's name on a separate slip of a paper. Second, you can use place all slip in a hat. The next one is mix the slip thoroughly. And the next one is Draw 5 slips from the hat without looking. And the last one is the 5 students whose names are drawn constitute the sample. So you can use this type of lottery method to select the sample randomly. Now the second one is card or ticket random sampling method. This is the second method of simple random sampling method. So if we talk about the card or ticket random sampling method, similarly to the lottery method, the card or ticket random sampling methods involves assigning a unique number to each population and using the card or tickets for the selection purpose. Examples: suppose that you have a 50 employees in your company and you need to select 10 for a special training programs. So you can use these techniques. The techniques are mentioned below, like write a numbers 1 to 50 on an individual card, shuffle the cards from the stack, shuffle the cards thoroughly, and the third one is draw the 10 cards from the stack. So the employees corresponding to the drawn number or are selected for the training program. This is a very general method. We generally use this method for our study. Now the next and the third one is regular marking random sampling method. It's a very common method. In a regular marking random sampling, it's a pattern or a regular interval is used to mark and select individuals from a list. Take example, like consider a library with a list of 1000 books. You want to select only 100 books for a special review. So you can use following techniques like arrange the books in a sequential order, choose a starting point randomly, say book number, and select every 10th book from the starting point and the book selected at a regular intervals from your sample. Now, the next and the fourth one is irregular marking random sampling methods. This method is just opposite to the regular marking random sampling methods. If we talk about the irregular marking random sampling method, so this techniques involves a marking items without a fixed pattern, ensuring the randomness in the selection process. Examples: in a supermarket, you need to inspect 20 out of 200 products for the quality control. You can use these techniques, which is mentioned below. Move through the S-list randomly, marking the products without following a specific pattern. And the second one is continue marking until you have a 20 products. So the marked products are the sample for the inspection purpose. Now, the next one is Tippett random sampling methods. If we talk about the Tippett random sampling methods, the Tippett random sampling method uses a pre-generated random numbers tables from the sample selection. These tables were created by LHC Tippett in 1927 and contain a randomly distributed digits. So take examples of a Tippett random sampling method. So as you can see that, assume if you want to sample 50 households from a town of 500 households. So you can use the following techniques under the Tippett random sampling methods. Like you can use the assign number from 0 to 500 to each household. Second, use a Tippett random number table to pick up 50 random numbers. And the third one is match the selected numbers to be a household. So the household corresponding to these numbers are included in the sample. After discussing about the methods of simple random sampling, now we are going to discuss about the advantages of simple random sampling. Simple random sampling methods offers several advantages, including simplicity. It is a straightforward to understand and implement. Simple random sampling is a straightforward, straightforward and easy to understand method. It's a very simple method. It doesn't require any complex and calculation or specialized knowledge, making it accessible to all the researcher to, with the limited resources or expertise. So we can say that this method is a very simple. Every researcher can use it very easily. Now, the second one is unbiased. It ensures that every member of the population has an equal chance of selection, which helps avoid the biasness. In simple terms, we can say that simple random sampling eliminates the bias by giving every individual in the population an equal chance of being selected. This ensures that the sample is free from selection bias, which can occur when certain individuals or groups are more likely to be chosen. So this method is a unbiased method. Now, the third one is representativeness. If the sample size is sufficient large, it is likely to be a representative of the population. So simple random sampling provides a representative sample of the population because every individual has an equal chance of being selected. The sample is likely to reflect the characteristics of the whole population. This allows the researchers to make the inference about the population based on the sample data. So these are the advantages of simple random sampling. Additionally, if we talk about the other advantages of simple random sampling, so additional advantages of simple random sampling, the first one is easy to implement. This method is a very easy to understand and simple random sampling can be easily implemented using a random number generators or other random tools. And the second one is cost effective. Simple random sampling is a cost effective method as it doesn't require a specialized software or equipment. So, overall, simple random sampling is a reliable and efficient method for selecting a sample from a population. Its simplicity, unbiased nature, and representativeness make it a popular choice for the researcher across the various fields. Now, next we are going to discuss about the disadvantages of simple random sampling. While simple random sampling offers several advantages, it also has some disadvantages. So, we have mentioned a few disadvantages. As you can see that the first one is need for a complete list. That means simple random sampling methods requires a complete and accurate list of the population, which can be difficult to obtain. In some cases, it may be challenging to identify and list every individuals in the populations, especially it is large or distressed. So, in simple random sampling methods, it requires a complete list of the population, which may not always be available. Now, the second one is not always practical. If we talk about the simple random sampling methods, for large population, it can be a time consuming and expensive for implement. Simple random sampling may not be a practical or a large or hard to reach population. For example, surveying every household in a vast geographical area can be a time consuming and expensive sometime. In such cases, other sampling methods like a stratified or a cluster sampling methods might be a more flexible, more feasible. Now, the third one is potential for sampling error. There is still a possibility of sampling error, especially if the sample size is small. So, simple random sampling is not immune to a sampling errors. Even with a random sample, there is a chance that the sample may not accurately represent the population. This can occur due to the chance variations or bias in the sampling process. So, overall, by understanding the disadvantages of simple random sampling, researchers can choose the most appropriate sampling methods for their study and take the step to minimize the potential biasness and errors. So that's all about the simple random sampling methods. Overall, it's a very important method. Researchers generally use these methods to find out the results. So, and if we talk about the simple random sampling methods, it's a very essential method. We generally use this method in our research. So that's all about the simple random sampling methods. Thank you.